Today, I'm gonna do a video showing you guys how to clean out the Graco TC Pro Airless sprayer, handheld cordless sprayer. I had a request on my channel in the comment section asking me to make a video showing you guys how to clean it out. So I'm gonna show you the difference and how I feel about cleaning this out versus cleaning out a big sprayer. But before that, if you guys are interested in starting your own paint business or you need help estimating jobs, I have a free estimating guide in the description and in the pinned comments. So with that being said, stick around and don't go anywhere. All right, so one thing I will say about this that kind of bums me out about this is you kind of got to get dirty to clean it. So with that regular airless sprayer, the cool thing is you don't really have to get your hands wet. So for this, I got a clean bucket of water here with me, and first step I like to do is take this guy out. This is the little screen filter here. Get a lot of the paint off of there. And then I need to set it down, which is another kind of thing that I noticed that I don't really like about it is once you pull this cup off, it's kind of a pain in the butt because you got to set it down, and wherever you set it down, it kind of gets dirty. So once I remove the lid, I want to put the lid in the bucket because you got to clean all of this stuff off, and you got to clean all this stuff off by hand, and that's like really the drag. I guess I could throw it in the grass and hit it with the hose, but I'm going to toss it in the bucket here. I'm going to empty out all the rest of the paint. On this project, we were using Kelly Moore AcroShield, premium exterior grade, satin finish. I like this stuff. And actually, on the can, it says paint and primer in one. I know that some people like to buy the Home Depot or the Lowe's paint because it says paint and primer in one. But I actually noticed on this can, the new labels, it actually says it on there. So it just makes me think that there's actually nothing really added to the paint to make it a primer. Basically what it is I think, don't hold me to this, but what I think it is basically is like the chemical makeup of the paint allows it to spread further. And usually, like when you prime stuff, I think there's a misconception sometimes is you think, oh, it's primed, I can just put it on raw material. But in fact, I think when they're marketing the paint as a paint and primer in one, it just mainly means that, like, you know, it could go further. The paint will stretch further. So now we get this little cup cleaned out. So once I get the little cup cleaned out, I got the paint poured back up into the can. We'll set that aside. Now I'll fill this up with water. And it's basically just like you do loading up paint. If you don't know how to do that, you can watch my video. I show you guys exactly how to do it, or you can watch this video and reverse it. So we got a little bucket of water here. Oh, it's dirty. Let's get some without some chunks of grass in it. There we go. So the first run, you know, it can be kind of dirty. Not a big deal. Run that dirty water through it. Get our lid kind of cleaned up a little bit. It's a messy job, but somebody's got to do it. You know what I mean? So right now what I'm doing is I'm putting the lid back on. I dropped it in the bucket, shook it around a little bit, and got it kind of dry. So it's just basically dirty water, milky water. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna attach this sucker. We'll get all the air out. Oh, first thing I like to do when I first attach it is I shake it around. And that'll help get that little intake valve clean for the next batch. That way when you put a new bucket of water in there, you're not, I don't think we're screwed on all the way here. Screwed on right. Yeah, I think we were cross-threaded there. All right, so just like you do with paint, you pop this little reservoir, you squeeze all the air out. See all those air bubbles? You want to purge the air out. Oh gosh, until the reservoir fills up with water. Jesus, is that much water in there? Let's just try it like this. And you put it down to prime, which is facing downwards. Give it a couple sprays like that, and then flick it back to sideways to pump, to spray, and then you just run water through it. turn your tip, reverse your tip. Spray it out that way as well. Now we'll get some clean water to put in here, and we'll run that through. First we'll clean the lid. So I think the main downfall for me versus using a regular pump, like here I have my Ultramax 595 PC Pro, you just put it in water, you use a little paintbrush to clean off the intake hose, and then you just run a bunch of water through it. Whereas, you know, in this one, you gotta get your hands dirty in there and then the bucket of water and stuff and clean up the little threads. Because I imagine if you have any paint on these threads on the inside there, you're not gonna get that airless tight seal. So it's kind of a bummer, but the amount of time that it takes to set the pump up so you don't have to like remove a lot, that's like really helpful, man. It really saves you a lot of time. Cleaning process is a little bit of a drag, but I think that's the only part that's a drag about using this thing. And maybe the price point, it is a little expensive. I'll leave a link down in the description below if you guys are thinking about getting it. They also have ones that don't have battery, that are not battery powered. They actually, you plug them in. I haven't tried one of those. I got this one because the whole kind of point was, you know, to have a battery operated one for small projects. So that's kind of where I'm at. So we're gonna fill this up with some clean water. Run another clean water through this sucker. So we got a clean liner full of water. And we'll get our lid back on, which is pretty clean now. Tighten that on there. Get the air out. This will be the second run. So you want to run one round of water through, and then you want to run a second round of water through, maybe even a third round depending. So remember, down for prime, that pulls material up, forward to spray, and now you just let it run, let it rip. So after I run a good amount through the tip, I like to take my tips off, take them out of the housing, and then you can see on there's like a little bit of paint kind of stuck in there. So I like to put it real close to the tip and blow it out like this. Get all that paint out of there. All right, so it's pretty simple, pretty easy. The one bummer thing is you do got to get your hands wet, so that's the only downfall to it. But I think that the trade-off for how convenient it is to have this on your truck for a real quick job, like say you got to hit some doors and you don't want to clean out your big rig, this is the way to go. So if you guys need help estimating jobs, or if you need to figure out how to get more leads, check those links in the description and the pinned comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.